Okay, hello everyone. So we are going to start the episode 10, which is the last episode of the season 1, the for the annual Python. And also we are going to finalize the Carol, the program. So Carol helps us a lot to know about what is a program language and also what is the computer science. Then today we are going to end with the variable, which is the one of the very interesting and very important, but it's not actually the introduced in Carol. So, but it will be very, very helpful to improve your programming skill. So today we are going to see the variable for the last topic of the annual Python. Then once we finalize this annual Python, this episode, so next one will be kind of the test. Actually, it's not the real test. I'm going to give you the 3 questions, then you will solve the problem. So we start with the variable by changing the screen. Okay, so this is my iPad to start our topic, today's topic, the variable. Okay, so first for your reminder, we have I introduced several times so of this one. What is this? So this is our computer. So we are going to use the computer program language, the Python, to use the computer research. So we can make the carrot, the turn left or turn right, and solve the problem like that. So basically, this computer has 3 main components. One is CPU. So main job of CPU is processing, calculating, and also it can perform a lot of computation. So then, however, so to calculate the number, to perform the calculation, so we need the data. So such a data reside on where? This is the memory. So memory is a primary storage. So in case of the desktop, if you consider your desktop desk as your computer, so you are working on your desk, but sometimes you need a notebook or a dictionary. So where are they? So your data are in the drawer. So drawer is like the memory. However, memory is not big enough, even though it's fast. So we need such the additional storage that is called the hard disk drive or the SSD. Then it eventually is called the file system. So, and then they are connected through the bus, so we can move the data from memory to the CPU or vice versa, CPU to the memory like that. In our program language, we use a lot of such a data. So, but so far we just we just use the such a data as a part of the carrot. What if I want my data, like I want to display my name. So you can create the storage drawer or box. So we are going to think about it's a suitcase. It's kind of a suitcase. So like that. So we have suitcase where you can put the data. So like for example, I'd like to put my name inside this suitcase like the LEE. So this is the data. Then this suitcase should have the name tag. So like here, so when you travel, when you claim your luggage, you need to put the name tag. So like this one is called the name. So this name, the luggage has the data Lee inside, and then there are different types of suitcase. So if you go to school, you need to pack the bunch of textbook and notebook. At that time, you can wear the backpack. So backpack is one type. And however, if you travel, you don't want to use a backpack. Instead, you can use a luggage. So luggage is a big, the package is a big, the bag. So where you can put a lot of clothes and so on. So in computer system, they use the different, the baggage, different bag. So such a bag is called a tie. So for example, if you are using, there are two different types of the data. So one is number. Then another one is, yes, it's alphabet. We call it a string. So there are two types of the data. One is number, another one is string. For example, this one is the string, the bag. So inside there is there is a string. However, if you are using number, actually the Python has two different types of numbers. One is called integer. Integer is a whole number, like the 1, 2, 3, 0, -1, -2, like that. Another one is called the float. Float number has a decimal point, like the 1.23, like this one. So the reason why the Python uses a different data type is for the number integer and whole number. Integer is very easy. We can just use the ASCII code, then change it, and then change it to what? The binary number. Then we can store it. It's a very easy and simple. However, float is not easy. It's like the very complicated data. So we use different types of the luggage bag. So there are the three different types of the data in Python. One is the string. String has the alphabet. The second, integer. Integer is a whole number. Then the third one is the float. Float is the decimal number. So we can select one of this type for the data and the bag. Then this data will be, when you create the variables, the variable is the bag, and also is the data, where the data is stored. So that will be on the memory. So on the memory, so if you are creating the li will be, the bag for the li will be created on the memory. Then eventually your CPU read the data from the memory, then process it like that. So this is called the variable. So then the problem is how we can create the variable in the Python system. This is very easy. So before that, so we are going to name for the bag. Like when we have a newborn baby. So you are going to, first thing is to make the name, right? So if you have a pet, so you have a new pet adopted, then what is the first thing you need to do? So you need to decide the name. So same thing, when you create the data on the program, the first thing you need to do is the name. So we are going to see such the naming. So Python has a very flexible to name it. You can name the whatever you want, but there's a slight rule. So for example, you cannot use the number as the beginning. Like so think about the name for the person. Is there anyone whose name is the one like this? But the O-N-E is good, so there's no problem. But you cannot start your name or the variable, so with the number. And also you can start with the underscore, like the underscore, the 1. This is a good, but this is not a good. So you cannot use the special character as a name of a variable. So you cannot use such a special character. So also you can use both the small, the letter, and the capital letter, lowercase letter, uppercase letter, like this one and this one, but they are different, which means it's a case sensitive. So Python variable name are case sensitive. So one and this one are different. So you should be careful for this. But And also you cannot use the keyword. So keyword means, so it's already reserved by the Python program. So for example, we have used the for loop, like the for in, like this, and or while loop. So you cannot use the while as a variable name, no. So you cannot use the for variable name, no. In cannot be. There are a number of keywords. Later, I will show you what kind of variable the keyword are used in Python. Okay, so then there's one interesting, the rule. It's not the rule, but it's kind of agreement. It's a general rule in the Python program, which is called, oops, let me go back here. Oops, once again, go back. Yes. So when you name your variable, so there are different types of the name case, which is called the name case. So name case means, so let's consider the anyone Python. So you are going to name anyone, anyone. Let me change it this way. Yeah. So any one Python. So I'd like to make the variable name for the anyone Python. So there are different ways to create. One way is you can start the any. First word is just lowercase letter. Then from the second word, the first character, first letter will be uppercase, like the one. Then the third one is a P is capital letter, uppercase, and Python. So the reason is that we cannot have the blank and blank for the name of a variable. So how can we separate the meaning of word like this? So at the time we are going from the second word, we are going to use the capital letter and capital letter. So this approach is called the comma the case. Comma means, you know, the animal in desert. So there is a comma like this is a home, and like this. So it looks like the home of the comma. So we can call this type of name case, variable case is called the comma case. There are different ones. So you can use any underscore one underscore Python. So for each blank space, we are going to put the what? The underscore. So underscore, this is called the snake. So snake case. So snake case use the underscore for the space. Okay? So which one do you like? The comma or the snake? It depends on, it's a preference. However, Python use which one? This one a lot, the snake case, rather than the comma. However, if you learned about Java program language, Java likes the comma. So I don't know, but people use the comma case for Java programming. However, the snake case is popular in Python program languages. So I'm going to use the snake, the case for the variable name. And also, there are more the cases like the Kava case. Kava case actually use the hyphen between the word instead of the space like this. Okay, very nice. Then finally, we are able to create the variable. So, for example, I'd like to create a variable for the name. So first name underscore, because the Python likes the such a underscore for the space. And last name, so very good. And also I can create the age or count, CNT. It's a meaningful name. Please, whenever you create a variable name, please create a meaningful name. If you just create A, B, C, T1, T2, T3, so it's very hard to understand what's the meaning of such a the variable. So when you are doing the programming, so it's really important to create the meaningful name of variable. Okay, so very nice. So then how we can create the variable? This is just name, it's not variable yet. So we are going to use equal sign, and for equal sign to create the variable in a code. So for example, first name is definitely string. So where's the type? Type will be decided based on your data. For example, I'd like to put the Lee. Lee is the data. But don't forget, in case of the string, so you should use double quotation or by the way, so this is not my first name. Okay, so Jeongkyu. This is the first name, and please use the double quotation for string. And also last name, the Lee. You can also use the single quotation. So there's no difference. So you can use a single quotation or the double quotation for the string. But you must use the single or double quotation. Then use this equal sign, the operation, to assign the variable, the Jeongkyu, into the first name variable. So this data, first name is the Jeongkyu, and last name is Lee, like that. At that time, we can use the equal sign to assign the value. Then the first name will be created. On the memory, what happened? So in the memory, so this is the memory, then it will create the what? Luggage. So this is a luggage for first name. Then the Jeongkyu is assigned inside like this. Then when you create the last name, and last name, the luggage will be created. The name is what? The last name. And then the Lee will be the data of that luggage. Then on your memory, this storage, the luggage will be created. What about the number? Integer. In case of the integer, you can just put the number over here. So 10. You don't have to use double quotation. If you are using the double quotation like this, that means 10 is not number. 10 is no longer number. At this time, 10 is the string. That's very important. So sometimes the number is not just number, it's the string. If you use the double quotation or single quotation. So then, same thing, to create the age variable with the data 10, you can just use the equal sign. Okay, so at this time, the equal sign, equal operator is not equal. It's actually assignment. So this is called the assign the value into the variable, like this. So in case of a float, so float is you can the 11.2. Automatically type of the CNT will be is a float. What about age? Age is the integer, int, and last name is a string. You don't have to specify. Python is very simple. Python just decide the data type based on what? The data and data and data and data. So this is the variable. So now we can create the variable in our program. Okay, one last thing. So one last thing is so far we have used the Carol. Then we used a lot of the function we also created. But however, if you remember our programming, so our program has the 3 parts: import. So we import the Carol like this, and main. And there's we added the code here, and the if so if the underscore name underscore equal main underscore, and we run Carol like this 3 part. So this is what? It's a variable. Then check whether there is a double. So actually double equation equal sign means this is a checking whether left is the same as the right. If yes, true. Otherwise, false. This is called the Boolean. So later, we will see the more, not this season, but later we will learn about the Boolean. But Boolean, we already used the full one. So such a true or false. Okay, then, so this is different from the equal. 1 equal sign means it's an assignment. 2 equal sign is a true or false. Very nice. Then, the one last thing is, before we start today's problem, one last thing is, if you take a look at our code. So the first thing, this one called the main. So main is the first one. Always the main is the first one. This main is what? It's a function. So it's a lot of function we have. So it's the start from the function. Then we call another function, left, turn right, move to work, like that. And also last class, we learned about what? Refinement. During the refinement, we find the function that define our problem. So Python actually use bunch of many functions. So the function, how do we know what is a function? If you see the left and right parenthesis, it's a function. So function, is there any function that actually use the variable? Yes, there are many such as okay, so there are the many functions. Among them, today I'm going to introduce a very simple function. One is the input function. And another one is the string, int. Another one is the string. So, for example, input function is the function that receives the input of user. So user can type the keyboard to input data. Then it will be stored at what? The variable. Very nice. That is an input function. Integer function is to make the data as a what? Integer. If you want to change the string, you can use the str function, string function. So there are many different functions. Actually, learning the program language is kind of learn about such a many different functions. So today I'm going to introduce these 3 functions. Then you are able to. Then we are going to practice with the Python regarding to such a function. Then we will move on to the problem. Okay, so let me change the screen. to my desktop. Then for our practice, we are going to use the Python console. So it's called the Python console. Python console means, so do you remember Python is the interpreter? Interpreter means it's a convert, translate, line by line, command by command. So we are able to use such a line by line, the input. So that is the console. That is the Python console. How can we start? Why don't you start your PyCharm? Okay, so today we are going to use the runaway carol. That is our problem. But before we start, so why don't you see the bottom? On your bottom of PyCharm, you can see the terminal. There's a Python console, but we don't use a lot of such a Python console. Instead, type the terminal. Click it. So you will see this. Here you can type Python 3. So if you are using the Windows, you can type py. So if you are using the Windows, type py. If we are using the Mac, so you probably install Python 3.3, 3.8, so Python 3. So if we are using the Mac, so Python 3, enter. Then you will see the 3 of this one. This is called Python prompt. Python prompt is waiting for your input. Like for example, do you remember we actually did the first the program, Python program, which is called the print hello world. Like this. Very nice. Then we are going to create a variable here. The first, why don't you create the first name? First name, don't forget 1 equal sign, not 2 equal sign. 2 equal sign equality means it's a true or false, left or right, same or not. But when you create the variable 1 equal sign, then don't forget single or double quotation. I'm going to use a double quotation, Jeongkyu, like this, and enter. What happened? On your memory, first name, suitcase, bag is created with what? Jeongkyu. Then how can we use? Print. You can type the variable name. If you type the wrong name, like the AAA, there's no such a thing as error. But if you type the correctly, first name, you will see the data, not the name of a variable, the contents, data of the variable. So Jeongkyu will be returned. So why don't you create the last name? Then last name is the Lee. At this time, I'm going to use the single quote. No problem. Like that. Print last name. Lee. Very nice. Then we can do a lot of things. So I'm going to introduce very interesting, very useful, the command which is called concatenation. Concatenation means combine. So for example, I'd like to combine my last name and plus the first name. Like this. Then what happened? Last name, Lee, data. Lee plus the first name, the Jeongkyu, will be combined and displayed like this. Very, very nice. However, I want to give the space between Lee and Jeongkyu. So you can use the concatenator also. Plus, you can give space like this. Then the first name. So this is the way to use the string, the variable. Okay, also you can create age. The variable, you don't have to specify integer or float, just a value, like that. Age is 1. Okay, then the print age will return the value 1. Very nice. Then what you can do? Also you can do, what if? age times is SR is 100. It will be 100 like that. Also, you can add or delete. So you can do very nice operation with that. And also C and T is 1.2. Then you can print C and T like this. What if I want to know the type of variable? At that time, there is a function. Always the function, if you want to do something, it's called the type function. T-Y-P-E. Type function. So type and the parentheses. You can put the variable name over here. So for example, I want to know the print age. Print type for age. What is the type? Should be integer. You can see it's the integer type. So what about the CNT? CNT is enter. It's a float. Even we don't specify the type, the Python automatically decide the type of variable based on using the data. And let's try. The first name, yes, it's a string, str. Okay, so why we use the different data type for the data? Because each data has the different. So we just like as if you are using the different bag. So for the dating, for travel, for school, you use a different bag. So like that, we are going to use a different data type. It's kind of the different box to keep the data in a memory. So when you exit this console, EXIT, what? Function, exit function. So function means the parenthesis. Don't forget the parenthesis. Then if you type exit, it will not exit. So exit, left and right parenthesis, and enter. And we can exit the Python console. If we are using Windows, please type the py to start your Python console. Okay, so pretty much we learned a lot for the variable. So one more time, so variable is the like the bag to keep our stuff. It's to store the data in our computer using Python program. We need to create the variable. So variable should have the name. So when you decide the name, so first it's a meaningful name. It should be the meaningful name. Then you need to decide the name of the variable. There are different cases. The one is the comma use from second word, because the name does not allow, variable name does not allow what? The space. So we are going to use the uppercase capital letter to know what is the space, where is the space, and where is the starting of the word. So that is a comma. Then another name case is the snake. Snake use the underscore. So then we can create a variable. Okay, then how to create the name and assign using equal sign. Don't forget double equal sign is not. Double equal sign means it's the left or right, same or not. It's a true or false. Okay, so these are the summary of a variable that we covered today. We learned a lot. So then also I introduced a very basic the variable later when I'm going to have another season of anyone Python. Definitely we will learn the more and more, the much more fun such a functions. But these are the very basic variable. Okay. Oh, by the way, so I didn't show the input. So let me go back to the console. How to start the Python console? Python 3 for Mac. If we are using Windows, py, then enter. So let's see I'd like to get input of the first name. First name, you should create the name variable. First name. then equal, this is assigned from here to here. So then input, then please type your first name, like this. Then, which means the input is waiting for your input. So you don't have to put this one, but it's a good idea. Ask, I need your first name. Okay, then enter. Then you can see the please type your first name and blink, blink, which means the Python is waiting for your input. What is the first name? Jeongkyu. And enter. Then, is it correct? Print. You can check it first name. Then you can see the Jeongkyu like this. Very nice. So what about the age? Age is, so input. Please type your age, like this. Then it's 10 years old. So very nice. Print the age. It's 10. However, if you type the age like this, it's a string. Wow. So we want the age number, but it's a string. What happened? It's because whenever you are using input, input is, even though it is number type, but it will be string. So how can we change? You can use the int here, integer function. So which means age is an integer. Then input. So first, this is the make the integer. So then input. Please type your age. Then you should be careful. There are 2 left parentheses. So you should have the 2 right parentheses. Okay, like this. Very nice. Enter. Then type age 10. So print age. It's a 10. Then check the type age. Then right now it's the integer. Then you can use age as an integer, the variable. Very nice. Similarly, if you want to change the age as the string, so you can the str age. Then you can see the single quotation, which means this is the string. So then you can type age. It's still integer. Why? We didn't assign. We just make the output of age as a string. So to do that, age equal type age. No, type age string str age. Then type age. Then now it's a string. So this is the way to use input and integer and string function in your program. Then we can exit. Then let me introduce today's problem. Oh, I almost forgot. This is the what? This is the list of the keyword. This is the list of the keyword, which means you cannot use this word for the name of a variable. You don't have to memorize. So those are popular. So you probably guess, I cannot use the in as the name. Try as the name, no. So from, I'm not going to use. So like that. Okay, so this is the keyword. So you should not use this for the variable name. Very nice. So today's problem. So today's problem is called the runaway carol. The carol would like to run away. So like a prison break. So carol is here, in the middle of the carol war. And what you're gonna do is you are going to input. So you can see which direction does carol move. E, east. W, west. S, south. And north. So your program is waiting for your input. Input is the E, W, S, or N. The east, west, north, south. So depending on the input, you are going to make the carrot move to the word. So for example, if the user type the west, W, then the move to the word to the west until the word facing the word. If user type the E, east, the carrot is running the eastbound direction to this one. If type N, north, the carrot is moving to here. And if user type S, moving to here. What if user type the other, like for example, the A, B, so carrot is not moving, just stay in the middle. So this is today's question. So what will be the challenge? First, you need to get the input. So how can you do that? Yes, you can use input, input, the function. Very nice. Then the next thing is you are going to decide. So which direction? So how can you decide? Depending on the input. So your input will be stored at the variable. Then depending on variable, you can move the carrot to the word, up to the word, for the direction, given direction. How can you do that? You can use if. Yes, very nice. So you can start the program. So please open your PyCharm. So let me stop this. Yes. So open your PyCharm. So then click the run away carrot. And so your program should start here by deleting the main. Okay, so please start. Yes, I think that it may take. Oh, one more thing. Carrot is facing as a default east. So if you just select the north, turn left. If you just select the west, turn left, turn around. If you just select the south, it's a turn right. That means turn left, turn left, turn left, like that. Very nice. And why don't you start? And I think the couple of minutes, I'm going to wait. So you are able to use now input function. That input function should be stored at the variable. You are going to create a variable for direction. Then using that direction, you can make the carrot change the direction using turn left. At that time, you can use if. So then if you have many if, yes, right, the else if can be used, else if. Then nothing, otherwise can use the else. Then you can make carrot move to the word. Very nice. Okay, so let's start. How does it work? Is it okay? So let's solve the problem together. First, you need to get the input. So what is the command to get the input? Yes, input. So that's it? No, not yet. So it's better to ask. So which direction does Carol the move? Okay, you can give the example like the E east and W and S west south or north like that. Okay, then that's it. This one should be saved. Saved where? So we can create a variable. So like which variable? It's the Carol move direction dir. I think that this one is good. Carol dir is our what? The variable. So then we are going to decide if the Carol direction is equal to double equal sign. Don't forget to check, to test the double equal sign. However, if you create the variable, then it's a single the equal sign. Very nice. Then if so it's a north N, capital letter N, then it's a Carol should turn left, right? Turn left. That's it. Then what if the W, Elif, yes, Elif, Carol, dir is the west. Don't forget the colon, that indicate what? The code block. How many times? 2 times turn left because it should turn around. Okay, what about the third next? So we can continue. Elif, the Carol, dir is a south. Yes, then how many times? 3 times. It's turn right. If you want to, you can create the turn left, and create the turn right. The function. It's up to you. Then, what if Elif, Carol, dir? Otherwise, just leave it. Okay. Then why? So finally, the Carol is moving. Front is clear. Underscore the clear. So you can see the even Carol use what? Camel star or snake the star. Snake case the star the variable, like the front underscore is underscore clear. Then the move. Looks good. So we are going to run this program and you can click run and run. And select the E10. There's nothing happened. So what happened? Let me erase this. First, you need to run the program. When you run the program, if you see the bottom of the pie chart, so it shows your input. It is asking your input. So this time, I'd like to make the Carol West W. Enter. Then Carol is moving to the west. Very nice. Okay, then exit. However, this is not very convenient because I need to click and over here and it looks so this time. So and okay, so let me check whether this one is working. For the other, so you can load the map, the E7x7. Yes. So you can load the 7x7 map and run program. And this time the south S. You need to click this and south. Enter. Then turn right. Then move into the world. This is done. Very nice. Okay. Here's because you did a great job, so we are going to a little bit more challenging problem. This time, you are going to change the program. Program for what? This time, let's see the after caret move. So we are going to put the beeper. But how many beeper? The same number as the move. So if the caret move 2 times, 2 beeper. If caret moves 3 times, 3 beeper, like this. Okay, how can you do that? We need to know how many times of a move, right? So to do that, we need to create variable. Very nice. So we are going to create a variable. Okay, so where do we create a variable? So we can create a variable like the C and T. Then we need to assign the default value to decide the type. So 0 is the default value. And also I realized that it would be better we can give the space like this. Okay, then after changing the direction while it's moving, we need to decide the how many times. So whenever we move, so we can increase the value of the CNT. CNT is CNT plus 1, right? So at this time, the CNT is what? This one. Okay, let me point. So this CNT is this. So first is a 0. 0 plus 1 is 1. So 1 will be assigned to the here. So CNT will be changed 1. Okay. Then if front is clear, then move again. Then the next move, the CNT is change it the 1. This one is 1. Let me. So this time, this one will be 1. Second loop. Then 1 plus 1 is 2. 2 will be assigned. So we count number of move using C and T. Okay, then we need to use this CNT for what? Put beeper. How many times put beeper? CNT times. How can we do that? Do you remember? We can use a for loop. For loop can be used for the repetition, especially when you know how many times the target. Why? We don't know, but we know the condition. So this time we can use the for loop in range the CNT. CNT right now is 2. So 2 times, for example. Then put beeper. Very nice. So let's run the program. So we can run the program. Okay, then we need to start to get the input run program. So then here, so this time the north, yes, north. So then enter, move 1, 2, yes, you can see the caret put the 2 beeper because it's moved the 1 and CNT is 1 and another move CNT is equal to 2. So then the caret put the beeper 2 beepers over here. Okay, then why don't we try different map? Load. This one. Okay, so then run the program. Okay, the which direction does caret move? Which direction? This time I'm going to use the what? The west? Yes, west. Here, west. W, then enter. Move, move, move. How many move? Yes, so 3 times move. So you can see the 3 beepers are put on the last spot. So which means we done. So we successfully solved the problem. Okay. Here you are able to make your program better. So for example, what if the user type the small s or a, b, it still run for the east, right? Because it's, the carrot is facing here. So you need to check that. So how can you do that? So it's the homework. And then, okay, very nice. So we are done for all the annual Python season 1 from the episode 1 through episode 10. You are able to do Python programming with the carrot. However, don't forget, this is not real the Python programming. We learned what is the carrot, then using the carrot, we learned how to start the programming, computer programming. And also we learned about the computer science. So then you are ready to start the Python program. So hopefully if we have the chance to go for the next season, season 2 will deal with the Python utility. Before we start the Python programming, there are several utility that help us a lot, like the pip or the virtual environment and the command line. So we will learn such a thing. And in season 3, we are going to learn the real Python programming. Okay, so very nice. Thank you for your participation. Next class, we are going to do the test. It's kind of a test. I'm going to give you the 3 problems for the carrot. Then you are going to solve the problem. Okay, thank you, and we will see on the last episode. Okay, thank you.